88 degrees in Destin, Florida. Traffic's not too bad right now. It's about 10:30 in the morning. DoorDash has settled a lot. Look at the people waiting in line at Donut. Not even 6 foot spacing. Oh my gosh. I think DoorDash has settled down a lot of the traffic. There are so many people that are not going out. I think mainly because the tourists, there's so many tourists coming from other places that are full of corona. That it's just not worth life to risk it. But I will tell you that really short dashers in Destin, bad, really bad. And you can work from 5 in the morning all the way till like 1 or 2 in the morning. Dude. In Destin. And the orders pay really, really well. That's every day. They're just slammed with orders, especially around 9 o'clock at night. Man, they just slinging those orders 9 o'clock and on, and then early in the morning, real early in the morning, like 6 a.m. they're just banging away with orders for Destin. So if you're a dasher from another state or another city, you might want to consider coming down and working. Now the hotels are kind of high, but you know, if you want to crash out in your car and crank down those windows a little bit, you know, for the evening, you can go to the Walmart in Destin, and they have a truck stop out at Mossy Head, a real nice truck stop out there. You can't sleep on the beaches at night or anything like that. It's illegal. It's really embarrassing if you pull up on the sand and can't get your car out, and you have to pay $250 to get a tow truck over there to yank you out. It's like a security guard of some sort. Hadn't seen a lot of DoorDash Drive cater orders in these areas in Fort Walton or Destin lately. Not a lot. Maybe 2 or 3 a week that come out of Destin, but they're not that big. Let's see if we can give you a view of Crab Island over here, because it is pretty busy. There's quite a few boats out there. And that's like 1 and 2 foot deep out there. It's just like a sandbar. drunk and dove off a boat over there, and I guess killed himself or broke his neck or something. If that water's clear, you better see how deep it is before you try to dive. That's why they call it Crab Island. It's where the crabs come up to sun. It's wired off, and it's got signs and stuff. You're not supposed to go in there because that's government-owned property, and it's for nesting areas. But you'd be surprised that tourists will come down and do it anyway. You don't want that ticket. You sure do not. Posted. See that? Parks a car right on the beach. Big dummy. Man. Nothing like parking a vehicle over natural resources. Jeez. Go get 'em. Look like a Texas plate, Louisiana plate. Guess they got big money, so they can pay all these tickets and fines for being dumb. I had a friend of mine got caught for fishing with no Florida fishing license, and guy told him a cool spot to go fish at, and they went down there and everything. And he ended up in jail for like months because one reason was he had back child support or something or other, and so they just kept him, and it was thousands to get him out. He had lots of friends. Matter of fact, he's actually a bail bondsman, but he couldn't apparently bail himself out. So they had to have somebody else do it, and nobody had the money. Took him several months to get free from that. You'll see a lot of people try to go fish off the docks at Harbor Walk in Destin, and that's illegal. That's all private property. That doesn't belong to the city of Destin. And they have signs all over, no fishing. probably a lot of it is because they actually have fishing tour boats and stuff like that. So, you know, they're probably more or less trying to promote their business. Look at this guy just dragging the brakes, dragging the brakes. Why? Freaking Alabama. Come on, folks, let's go. Another Alabama. That rainbow tag's a dozen tag. Then you gotta pay $15 extra for this white tag, which works kind of all over the state. Texas tags. A couple brand new cars. The car dealerships are biting dirt right now. Just about giving cars away. Because it looks like we're all getting ready to go back into big lockdown. Lower Florida's already hit curfew. 8 p.m. curfew in Lower Florida. They found out people are doing a bunch of gang member corona parties. I don't know what people's brains are at. Why would you look death in the eye? I mean, it's a sad situation, but you know, it happened 100 years ago before, and the entire United States locked down, and they got it knocked out, but these people don't care. I think tourists think that once they leave their state that there's no regulations, that there's no sense to take a 6-foot space or wear a mask or anything like that. That's what I really think. I think for some reason they think they're excused. And that is not true. This Alabamaite, please drive the car. And here's another idiot. Sucker decides at the last minute he wants to get in that lane. That's a really bad place to pull that in. I gotta get away from this Alabama dude because he's just a pain in the butt. Looks like a girl driving. So pretty today. I was supposed to get a Corona paycheck from my auto club back in like March, and I've yet to see that sucker. I don't know why they just don't credit it to your account, but they said no, that has to be in a check. And then I'm still waiting on my auto club cards because I got one for one of my kids. Stupid crap hasn't shown up yet. And I paid for it in advance. I paid for it in end of May, beginning of June, and it expired June. It was the last month for that card. Still haven't seen those either. The mail is screwed up bad. Somebody sent me a letter with a check in it. For some products, and they said it was actually returned to them. I said, well, send me a picture of the envelope, how you addressed it, and let me see what it's looking like. But I haven't seen that yet. I think they made a mistake on the address, or I may have got sent back because it wouldn't be the first time. I've had 2 orders from Canada returned. But that Destin post office is so screwed all up. Because I got cruise across the town. Now, if you're door dashing, you sit at that Whataburger, you will get order after order after order, stacked orders. All these little hamburger joints really are doing well. And when you're sitting in line, they'll just keep sending you orders. You just stack it all up. If you're into stacked orders. And the bonus peak pay yesterday at 4 was like $6.50. Yeah, 4 to 7:30. And the orders were actually flying. They really were. A couple of days last week, it was really bad because they had that really high peak pay and then it'd just be dead for about 2 hours. It was like, but when you can start scoring those order after order with that high peak pay, it's pretty cool. They've been giving me some kind of high mileage orders. They gave me something that's so far away, it was like it cost me double. Because it was so far away from everything. So I mean, almost, well, actually out by the bar. And then I had to drive back in town. I shouldn't have taken the order. I mean, it threw me all kinds of local orders from McDonald's and all that. Customers that order from the restaurants that I go to. So it's real fun to deliver to them, especially if you get to see them. Most of the orders are just drop off the door and photograph. But even those, I have the customers come out and say hi to me because they know who I am. They're real nice. So I do make a new friend every day. It's really fun. It's a different kind of job. It's not all that I do, but it's one of those fill-in-the-blanks deals, you know. On the days that I'm not working my other businesses and all that, then I do this. The EIDL, they'll still give the loans, but they're not giving the grants. They shut that down, and I saw a couple YouTubers trying to promote the grant and EIDL, and even as recent as a couple days ago, and I'm like, dude, that stuff's shut down. They have no more funding. I don't even know why you're trying to YouTube that to try to make money off that to use the people. Be honest. People put stuff up on YouTube just to freaking make money instead of be real. And then it looks like today that Casey Neistat claims he's a retired YouTuber now, which that's a shame because he is really, really neat. I learned a lot from him on how to YouTube. I've watched hundreds and hundreds of his vlogs. If you really want to know how to YouTube, that's the guy to go to. He has a great channel. He has like 4 channels, but his main channel is fantastic. You will learn so much. Everything he tells you is true. What are we doing? Little white Porsche. The souped up VW. So there's all kinds of stuff on the street every day I see more and more stuff piled out on the street, which to me seems to be people that were evicted. It's really sad. The government told everybody to stay inside and lock down and all that, but no, they didn't pay us. You know? I mean, that's just insane. What do they expect us to do? You can't just stop the world. Don't think every landlord out there is giving away free corona rent, because they're not. I do applaud those that have done that in the past for their tenants. I think that's wonderful. And it's probably a tax write-off, too. It has a donation. It probably is. Basically what it boils down to is don't rely on anyone but yourself. Pay your bills. And they're not, I guess as of last month or the month before, they're not stopping utilities from being shut off now in Okaloosa County. So you better pay your bills, because yes, they can shut your power and water and all that off now. And evictions were open as of June 2020. So there's a bit of movement. I see more property renovation though. Houses that have been vacated and being renovated, so I don't know, that maybe people getting loans as landlords and then going in and evicting the tenants and then renovating, maybe. I could be wrong, but that's what it kind of looks and feels like, because boy, it's like every fifth house has stuff out on the street. Florida, they can evict you quick, depending on your lease. If you have a month to month, they can get you out in just days. So I saw some, I think it was Sunset Liquors, I saw some orders in the last 2 weeks, probably 3 orders in the last 2 weeks for the liquor stores. For DoorDash. I'm just kind of creeped out of doing it if I end up delivering to some big Corona party and they're like hanging all over you going, hey baby, baby, ooh, ooh. Be like you just want to drop the stuff and run. So what yesterday it said two pieces, which is probably like 2 cases of stuff. But those you can get some cool tips on too. And sometimes they'll offer you food and all that, but I'd rather not during Corona, not me. You guys can do it. Not me. As sure as heck it would say, drop off on my porch, and then there's 20 people out there when I get there. No. This gas here is $1.86. This and Dodges are the cheaper places to go. They're pretty good. It's just you have to deal with a lot of stupid tourists over here. That's a fact. They are stupid and obnoxious. They do not respect the people. So, I'm gonna go in and grab some Fuelio. Maybe a little bit of groceries. I have to go somewhere where they're not gonna hit. I've got to park in the back 40 and all that good stuff, because they're gonna hit my stuff. People would rather play bumper cars and know how to drive. Uh-oh. All right. We'll see you back in a little bit.